Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Fire Force Season 2, Episode 14. We are back after a couple months, few months, whatever. We are back with more Fire Force. So this season has been complicated, to say the least, in terms of how we've been reacting to it. We started reacting to it, then we took a break before the Chinese Peninsula. We came back, we did the Chinese Peninsula, we did Benny and Joker's Bizarre Adventure, as I tend to call it, and then we taken another break. And it's just like, I do apologize for the breaks with this series and everything. It's just various reasons and whatnot. Just have been affecting it. Um, but yeah, we are back, and hopefully, for good, hopefully we will be finishing off season 2 with this run. The only thing I think at this point that could stop it is if I needed the slot for something, and hopefully I shouldn't. Based on what I know is coming and when, I shouldn't need it. So, yeah. Yeah. So like I said, last we left off, we had Benny and Joker's Bizarre Adventure. If you don't remember, Benimaru and Joker went off to invade the Holy Soul Temple and find out a bunch of really important shit. Like, basically, everything's a fucking lie. The entire society that this entire world is built on is a fucking lie. Everything is false. You can't believe fucking anyone anymore. And it's just like, oh, okay. This has taken a turn. And it's like, huh. So what now? We can't exactly, like, declare war on them or anything. We have to do this right. So I guess we just have to wait and see what happens while continuing to try and find out more about the White Clads and the Evangelist. Really, that's all we can seemingly do at the moment. Just kind of play it out for now without, like, taking any drastic steps. Um, but yeah, I'm very, very curious about how this is going to all go down, because we have this season, and then season 3 will probably be the final one. We were supposed to get season 3 initially this year, but it seems to have been pushed back to next year now, obviously, since this year's almost over. um which is fine, because I obviously haven't even finished season 2 anyway. But yeah, season 3 is probably going to finish it off, and it's getting interesting. It's definitely getting intense, and again, we're learning more about shit. We've met, like, the first, what's it called? I can't remember the word right now. But we met the first, the spirit that has tried to possess Shinra and stuff. Um, basically, we're starting to learn the truths of everything, and how shit was manipulated and everything. It's really starting to become a lot more clear. But excuse me. At the same time, we're also seeing a lot of questions pop up. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes from here, especially in the battle against the Evangelist and the White Clads and all. Because right now, they seem kind of like OP. It's like, how are we going to defeat them? Oh, at the moment, we basically can't. They're too powerful, too strong. So that's going to be interesting to see when that eventually does come, how they are defeated. Because honestly, Haumea alone seems strong enough to take out pretty much the entire Fire Force. I think the only one she might struggle against is Benny, if I'm being honest, just because he is the strongest uh, of them, of the entire force. So, but I don't know. I might be overestimating Hameya a little bit, but I mean, honestly, from what we've seen, um, now as for the next arcs and everything, I actually don't know when the next arc like goes until. I don't know what it's called. I don't know any of that. But like I said, we're gonna try to get through all of it, the entire rest of this season, which is basically about 10 episodes. Because we're starting on 14. I believe there's like 24, maybe 26. So 10 or 12 episodes. Um, so we should be good. We should be good, and hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, we get even more answers and more big revelations, and just more cool action, of course. But the one thing I do want less of is honestly Tamaki. But I'm unfortunately thinking we're not going to have less of her. Tamaki has kind of gotten kind of even more prevalent this season almost. And it's like I just, she kind of hurts this series like big time. Everybody's talked about it and all, but like the fan service that's done with her is the issue. Like the character alone isn't terrible, but the way her fan service is handled and the way her character is written around that, to where it's legitimately a major part of her character, that's the issue. Because again, like I've talked about in the past, it's not even good fan service. There is fan service that can be handled well, but this is not it. This is terrible. And it very much drags down her character, especially in moments where she's trying to be really badass or is like talking about like being taken seriously and stuff. It undercuts a lot of what her character is otherwise trying to be. And it's really disappointing. But hopefully that gets fixed. Hopefully we get past all of that and don't have to worry about that anymore. Or she just, goes back to her own company and stops bothering us. That would be preferable too. So yeah. I'm otherwise excuse me, excited to get back into this. And as always, see what we have in store. Just as a reminder for anyone tuning in, we are doing the dub for this. It's just what we ended up doing. So we are continuing with that. But yeah, let us get this going and hope for the best. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, Kurano might be my most hated character in this show. You wanna make me hate a character real quick? Make them a fucking abuser of kids. Make them torture kids. That'll make me fucking hate them. That'll do very very well at that. I will be very very satisfied if that cunt dies. Let's put it that way. Um. And it's like, let me check something here. Sorry if I seem like kind of like like I'm losing it or something here. It just he really did piss me off, like something special. Um, and it's funny because his voice actor is Brandon McInnes, J. Michael Tatum's husband. Um, Actually, I don't know if they're actually married yet. I know they got engaged years. I assume they're married. It was years ago they got engaged, so I assume they're married. But yeah, Brandon McInnes. It's wild that I hate him this much when he played Sir Night Eye in My Hero Academia, whose death made me really, really hard cry, like ugly cry. Um, and now I'm, and with Kurano, I am rooting for his death. I will like cheer if he dies. Very, very different feelings on these characters here. Um, uh, Also, got a big surprise finding out that Nataku is, well, the kid from before that Rekka was, you know, being a piece of shit too. Let's put it that way. Um, and seeing him, his trauma when being forced to fight Kurano, and the trauma, the PTSD of Rekka's voice in his head. Yeah, that made me cry. That made me very fucking upset. Um, uh, while Kurano is like, you bring in this character who just instantly, like, I despise, like, with every fiber of my being. You also bring in Nataku here, who I want to hold and protect and keep safe. And if anything bad happens to him, I will not be okay. Um, Instantly endeared me to him. Holy shit. I don't even know if I'm okay right now. Oh, this episode affected me. God damn. Oh. And you know the funny thing? I am actually really fucking glad I took a break before this. Coming back to this series with this fucking episode, oh my god, that made it hit so much harder. Everything in this episode just hits so much harder because of that. It becomes so much bigger and so much more intense with this being the episode I return to this series with. My heart is beating a million miles a minute, and I am like, oh, Jesus. Oh. In a weird fucked up kind of way, I kind of like when this happens though, because it's like, this is, I feel, the reaction that they're trying to go for. At least I hope so. Because it's like, this is like, it clearly affected me, and it's clearly meant to affect the viewer, or in the case of the manga, the reader. Um, it's like, you're supposed to hate Kurano. He's very obviously a character you are meant to despise. He is insanely evil, like almost to a cartoonish level. He is so exceptionally evil, and comparatively, you have this kid who's like, what, 12 at most, who is literally dealing with heavy, intense trauma, and you just spend, what, 5 minutes seeing him get the shit beat out of him. It's just like, why? Listen, I know it's the same creator as Soul Eater, and I know it's like the same traumatic shit that like made me super endeared to Krona. But my God, I'm not like I'm very uncomfortable. I'm I can't even speak. I'm shaking right now at how like upset that had made me. Um, and seeing these other scientists just standing around like acting so nonchalant about it and everything, it's like they're just as culpable. They're just as it's just as much their fault as it is Kurino's. Fuck them. Oh, can we just kill everybody in this facility? Can we just kill all of Hajima? Just wipe them off the face of the earth? Is that too much? Uh, is that too much to ask? Is it really? Is that? Um, One thing I'm confused about though is like, wasn't all of the companies supposed to go there, not just Shinra? Wasn't that the entire thing? Like, Obi's like, I can't send you there alone. That's why everybody's going. It's like, but they didn't. So are they going to go in separately? Are they going to sneak in? What's going to happen here? Leaked, I definitely trust. Like, he's doing this for his own goals, yes, to learn the truth. But I actually do trust him. Because as he said before, he is leaning more towards the eighth than he is Hajima at the moment. And honestly, I genuinely think he's actually a good dude. Yeah, he has his selfish goals, his desires, but he is a good dude. Even if he doesn't fully understand, even if he thinks like, oh, he'd betray the eighth in a heartbeat, I don't actually think he would. Um, I think that he actually wouldn't do that as easily as he thinks he would. Um, but yeah, this episode like hit something for me, and it's just I'm just still not like okay right now. It's a good thing I'm having lunch and taking a break after this. This is the last thing I'm recording pre-lunch today. And the only thing I'm recording after lunch is a movie reaction. It's a good thing because it's like I need a break to just calm myself the fuck down after this because oh my God, that like viscerally upset me. Um, Again, I consider that a good thing though. I mean, the fact that this upset me this much, like, is a relief, honestly, because it makes me feel like that I'm in a good place if this is upsetting me, if something like this is upsetting me this much. It makes me feel good about my like morality currently. Also, not Taku. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. I don't know why. Nataku is voiced by Corinne Sudberg. Uh, 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 Her, Corinne Sudberg. I met her at Youmacon. She's also the voice of Momonosuke from One Piece. Um, Super nice, super sweet. She also goes by Megami33. Um, yeah, I've met Natsuku's voice actress, and in a weird kind of way that actually almost endears me to him more. Just knowing the person who voices him, it makes me, I don't know, feel more bad for him in a weird way. I don't know why. Like I already feel exceptionally bad for him. I already like am like furious at Kurino and just like I'll say this. The main goal of this should end up becoming saving Natsuku and bringing him to the 8th. please save this baby boy. He needs it. He needs to be out of Hajima's hands. Fuck Hajima. Fuck everything about Kurino. We need to save this baby boy. That should be priority number one in this entire thing. If he gets hurt or even dies, I will rage. I will not be okay. If he goes to the Whiteclads, if he ends up working with the Whiteclads, I'm not going to be happy about that either. Though with as vulnerable of a state that he's in, I also would understand if they ended up poaching him like they did with Inca. But I will also be extremely upset because we do not need him in any more dangerous of a position. We do not need him with these absolute fucking sociopaths. Please save the baby. Please save the baby. I'm legitimately like shaking right now. I'm not okay with this. Whew. Yeah. That's an episode to come back to. New opening as well. New opening, pretty good. Not as good as the first one, not as good as Inferno, I believe it's called, but still pretty good. Very upbeat, very surprising that it's super upbeat considering this episode that it debuts in is super fucked up, but and not from like the creator and everything. Obviously, it's meant to be like that. You're clearly, hopefully, meant to feel this rage. But it's still. Ooh, okay. I think I need to stop this video now. I think I need to get food. I think I need to calm myself down. I think I need to just chill for a bit here. Tell me in the comments below, how much did this episode, how livid did this make you? Are you, I hope you're upset as me here. I hope you are team, rescue this sweet baby boy before he gets even more traumatized. But tell me your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie. I'm signing off. I need fucking alcohol. See y'all next time.